Hey, what's going on, y'all? I've been having some conversations about as far as the hustle of Uber or Lyft. And I'm saying the hustle because sometimes I hear people, not here, I be having conversations with other people that do Lyft or they do Uber. And I've been hearing them when they say, oh, that's only a ride for like $3, $4, or that's not worth my gas or whatever. And I guess I come from a line of hustling, you know, and understanding hustling. So I don't really look at it like it's not worth it. Yeah, I've done I do Uber Eats. I do Uber. Just start back doing Uber. And, I've done a trip and it's literally like $2.50 and some type stuff, like just up the block or whatever. And that can be frustrating because you in your mind you feeling like you should get more money, or what is this? This ain't worth my gas or whatever. So to think on the business level, right? I always kind of like look at model myself over like big businesses like Family Dollar or Dollar General or something like that. Businesses that you can go in and actually buy. I don't know if too many things that's even a dollar and Dollar General and all that stuff no more, but for the most part, you could probably can go in there and get something like $2, $3, whatever. So, and I look at that like, what if the owner of the company said, "Oh, this ain't even worth it, letting you come in here and buy something for $3. I pay my employees $8 an hour, or $9 an hour, and I got 5 employees in the building, and the electricity is this much, whatever, you know." So they got to look at it at a business sense, right? For one, the cheaper the situation is, the more customer you have. I don't care if it was hustling or whatever. It's all a hustle. You got some illegal hustling and you got some legal hustling, but it's all hustling, right? So when I hear people say that, in their mind, maybe they're right. They might be right anyway, but in my mind, they're not necessarily right, because I don't gauge it like that's just $3, $4. I look at it like, what did I make that hour? And I don't even know how much I made that hour until after I get done driving. I do 4 or 5 hours or whatever. If I do 5 hours and I made $100, and I'll be like, oh, okay, or 4 hours and made $100, or I'm looking at it like I almost made $20 an hour or whatever. And then you look, and somebody like, that still ain't enough. I mean, sometimes I make $30 an hour. Sometimes I can make now almost $40 an hour. But the thing is, I gauge it. So technically, you don't even know if it's worth it until after you got done driving, because you might get something that's $5, something that's $4 just for the trip, and you look into, and then I gauge it like, I start my days off, my Uber days off, whether it's Uber Eats or whether it's picking up people or whatever. I put like $20 in there. I put $20 in the tank. It don't full it up. It depends on how cheap the gas is or how expensive the gas is. So I really don't really know at the time. I'm thinking $30 might fill my tank up when the gas is cheap or whatever. When the gas is expensive, it might be 35, 40, who knows, whatever. But I normally start I call it a work day, because it's a business, no matter how you look at it. I started off with $20. I don't care how much in there, $20. And that's how I gauge. If I made $60 that day, I mean I made a $40 profit. If I made $80, I made a $60 profit. I got my $20 back and I made it as a profit. And so some people might have a different situation. They might, I stopped trying to drive all day. I'm like, okay, just let me make $100 a day. I'm good. Now, some people might fill their tank up with $100. They got an SUV or whatever. Only difference is they get more money a trip. So their situation is different also too. If you got like a big SUV, you get more money a trip anyway. So let's just, so you can gauge it the same way. You might say, okay, I had to fill my tank up $100. So you might have to gauge your stuff a little different, like every 2 days. If you can drive 3 days with the same $100, or 2 days or $3 with the same, that's how you gauge it. How much did I make? You know what I'm saying? If I made $100 this day, then $100 the next day, and you're driving on the same $100 for 2 days, you literally still made a profit. You made a $200 profit, and you haven't even put no more gas in the car. That's just from a business sense. Somebody else might say, hey, my gas costs too much. I put $100 in my tank, and I can't be doing no $3 trips. Well, it all adds up. It's business. If you think you're just going to get $15 and $20 trips every trip, then you're going to end up in the same situation you are the next year, because you're not thinking business minded. Most business people know small money comes quicker than large money. Do we want the larger amount? Yes, everybody wants the lump sum. But and then it still determines on what you're going to do with it once you get it. I can make $200 a day and still be broke at the end of the week if I don't do the right things with it, right? So you know what type of bills you got or whatever. Even if you just, whatever you make, say, if you make $200, if you say, I'm going to put 50 up, put 50 to the side, pay some bills with the rest. Or if you make $100 a day, I try to pay bills once a week or whatever, or whatever I have. And if you're making $100 a day, so you like, and say you want to make it like a real job or whatever, and you take the weekends off. But weekends, that's when you make the most money. Let's just say you take 2 days a week off. So you're doing that's like $500 a week if you're just doing $100 a day. I usually just try to do $100 a day or something like that. But it don't always work like that, because if you got a regular job like me, sometimes I might just see if I can make $50 before I go to work, But, so, yes, I think it's worth it. When I hear people say, oh, it ain't worth my gas, ask yourself, how much gas are you burning off each time you re-up on gas? Say if you put $40 in your tank, how much did you make off of that $40? Even if you only made $100 that day, did you have to put another $40 in the next day? If the next day came and you still have tank and you make another $100, you just made $120 off of $40. That's how I gauge it if it's worth it. Do you see what I'm saying? So when I see people say it's not worth my gas money, I don't really listen to that, because I'm putting $20 in. Sometimes I make 120 off of 20. I might make 100. Like yesterday, I didn't even put no gas in. Yesterday was for the other day. The other day I had just drove, made about a good $80, and then the very next day, off of the same 20, I had a half a tank. I made 170. That was just off for $20. Yes, I got some, but it's a little different because I started picking up people, and I noticed you get a little bit more money, airport trips and stuff like that. So I started getting a little bit of money picking up people. I technically like doing Uber Eats better, even though you don't get that much money off of the trips. It's just that you can maneuver through family business. You can talk on the phone while you're delivering food, but when you picking up people and dropping off people, you technically ain't, if you want to be on a business level, you're not really supposed to be talking on the phone while you're dropping somebody off or whatever. But yeah, so I'm hoping I'm making any sense, like, with this. Yes, there's gonna be trips. There's gonna be $2 trips, $3 trips if you're doing some Uber Eats or something. Even if you're just dropping somebody off up the streets, because you got to think about it. You're getting 75% of the fare, and Uber, they getting their 25%. I'm thinking if it's still the same. So it costs the customer paid way more than what you getting. You just had to pay up. Uber had to get their cut, or Lyft had to get their cut. So, and I'm the type of person, like, I have a hustling mentality. Something is always better than zero to me. Always better than zero. There is no way that I'll be satisfied with making zero, because I'm worried about, and some people worry about miles. I can't be putting all these miles on my car. That's cool. I get it. But cars were made to put miles on it. So now you're going to drive it regardless. Why not let the car pay for itself? Why not let the car pay for itself? That's like, you have kids in the house. They, until a certain age, they don't have to work or nothing. They ain't paying for themselves. You got to take care of them. The car is not your child. You can treat it like your child, but the car is a way to get to money, and it's a way to make money. So the miles, I get it. You don't want to put no miles in your car, but it's bringing money into the household. If you're going to put some miles on it, let it be because it's paying for itself. So I look at it like that too. It don't make no sense to me worried about some miles on the car. You putting miles on your body every time you go to work to make another. You getting paid at your job, but you're making your job millionaires. Whether they paying you $20 an hour, $13 an hour, $15 an hour. So you saying a car is more valuable than your body. You're putting all these miles on your body going to work for another person. But you won't put miles on your car so it can work for you. I mean, maybe I'm going overboard with it. Maybe I'm way in the left field or whatever. But I look, my car gonna make money for me. If I just didn't need it and I had money like that, that's different. But I look at it, I never got enough. I'm always need more. That's the difference between millionaires, billionaires, and average common people. Some people get a income tax check and feel like they're rich. Some people actually quit their job or start calling off. $5,000 is not enough to start calling off. $8,000 is not enough to start calling off, because that money will be gone in a couple of months. You got to train your brain to keep the money coming no matter what. Keep the money coming. So, and another thing, like Lyft is cool. The only difference about Uber, the difference is, because Uber you can do deliveries also. So even when it's slow picking up people, deliveries is going to come. But if you only do either or, your money, sometimes it slows down. That's just natural. But when you're doing both, you got it set that you can pick up people or deliveries, your money is going to come rapid. And if you know how to go into your app, you can go into your app and you can just set it for just deliveries. Sometimes you can set, you don't want to do deliveries, you just want to do people. You can turn that on and off, or you can have them both on. You can have them both on. Just play around with the app, you will see it. It's usually like these little two bars. I can't even really explain them. You click on that, it'll show what you got to set, what your settings is on. Uber, I guess every phone is different. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how much the trip is for, whether it's $2, $3, $15, $20. If you want to know if it's worth it, calculate how much gas you're putting into your car. And when the next time you have to put gas in your car, and how much did you make before you had to put the gas in your car? That's how I tell if it's worth it or not. When I could put $20 and $30 in my tank, and I put the same amount every day, I put $20 really. Unless I got so much left from the other day, I can only put like 15 or something. I put $20 starting each Uber shift. Like today, I'm finna get down. I just put $20 in there. It was full because I still had a half full from yesterday. So, to me, that's how you determine if it's worth it. How much did you put in there, and how much did you make before you had to put more gas in there? There go your profit. Doesn't make a difference if it's $3, if it's $4, if it's $5. That all adds up. I see people, oh, that ain't worth it. I ain't taking that trip. I ain't turning no money down. I got a hustling mentality. If they say it's $3, I'm going to pick them people up, drop them off for $3. I'm going to pick their food up, drop it off if it's $4, because it adds up. It's really how many trips can you get within an hour. That would tell you how much you made. That would tell you how much is worth it. And then the tips add on too. So it's just multiple ways. It's multiple ways of thinking about it. But before you say something isn't worth it, look at how much you put in there and look how much you made. That's how you tell if it's worth it. I eat knowledge for breakfast, y'all. I'm out.